Jai Hind students, welcome to physics class of grade 11. I hope all of you would be fine at your home. Last time we discussed about the triangle law of vector addition, and in triangle law of vector addition we did that if we are having two vectors, let us say A and B, they are represented by two sides of the triangle taken in same order, then resultant will be given by third side of the triangle taken in opposite order, and the magnitude of the R, it came a square plus b square plus 2ab cos of theta. What is theta? Theta is the angle between the two vectors. And if I say that resultant makes an angle beta with R, then I can write tangent beta, it equals to B sin theta divided by A plus B cos theta. So we did in the previous lecture. In this lecture we will discuss parallelogram law of vector addition. Parallelogram law of vector addition. So let us discuss parallelogram law of vector addition. Now let us say that if we are having two vectors, let us say we are having two vectors A and vector B. We are having two vectors A and B, which can be represented in magnitude and direction by two adjacent sides of the parallelogram. Where is the parallelogram? So let's draw this parallelogram. Draw a line parallel to vector A and draw a line parallel to the vector B. So let us say this is the line which is parallel to the vector B. So this is the parallelogram. Now what this law is that according to the parallelogram law of vector addition, if we are having two vectors A and B which can be represented by two adjacent sides of the parallelogram drawn from a point, then their resultant will be given by the diagonal of the parallelogram drawn from the same point. So this R, it gives the resultant of the vector A and B drawn from the same point. So I am repeating the definition once again. According to this law, if two vectors are acting at a particle at same time, can be represented by two adjacent sides of the parallelogram drawn from a point, then the resultant will be given by the diagonal of the parallelogram drawn from the same point. So what does it mean? It means that R is the resultant of A and B, that is R equals to vector A plus B. Alright, so my target is find the magnitude of the R and find the direction of the R. Also we are given angle between vectors A and B is theta. Angle between vector A and B is theta. Now my target is to calculate the R. How can I calculate the R? Listen everyone. So let me complete the parallelogram. Let us say this is O, this point is P, this point is Q, and this point is S. Now I don't find any formula which gives relation between R, A and B. I haven't read any formula till now. So what I will do? I will try to make an right angle triangle. In right angle triangle, I will use Pythagoras theorem, that is hypotenuse square equals to perpendicular square plus base square. So from point Q, what we do? We draw a right angle on OP produced. Let us say this is the right angle, and so draw QT perpendicular to OP produced. Right? Draw QT perpendicular to OP produced. Now it is clear vector OP is vector A, vector OS it equals to vector B, and vector OQ it equals to vector R. OQ vector R, OS vector B, and OP vector A. Now, if I say what is vector PQ? Vector PQ, it is parallel to B and its magnitude is also equal to B. So, I am also writing it as the vector B. So, PQ, it is also equals to vector B, and SQ. What is SQ? It equals to vector A. It equals to vector A. Now my target is to find the magnitude of R, because R is the resultant. So let's find out the magnitude. Now in triangle, that triangle is right triangle OTQ. OTQ. In right triangle OTQ, I know that OQ square, it is hypotenuse, this is hypotenuse, and this is perpendicular, and OT is the base. OQ square is equal to OT square plus QT square. Now I know OQ is R, so I am writing OQ equals to R. And what is OT? OT equals to OP plus PT. So it equals to OP plus PT plus QT square. My target is the value of OP I am having, it equals to A. I have to calculate PT and QT. So let me write it as OP is AA plus PT square plus QT square. So let me calculate the PT and QT. Now look at the triangle which is having PT and QT. The triangle PTQ. In triangle PTQ, and this triangle is the right triangle. In right triangle PTQ, I can write QT is the perpendicular, and what is PQ? It is hypotenuse. Let us say this angle is theta, this angle is also theta. Why? Corresponding angles. So this is perpendicular and it is base, and this is hypotenuse. So I can write QT upon PQ, it equals to the cos theta. Is it cos theta? No, this is sin theta. Why? Because QT is perpendicular. Therefore, QT equals to PQ sin theta. And what is PQ? PQ is B. So QT it equals to B sin theta. Now I have to also calculate the PT. Again in right triangle PTQ, PT is base and PQ is hypotenuse. Base upon hypotenuse is the cos theta. So what is base? Base is PT upon PQ equals to cos theta. Therefore PT equals to PQ cos theta, and PQ it equals to the B cos theta. So PT it equals to the B cos theta. So what I will do? I will put this expression in one. So put in 1. So if I put in 1, what I will get? R square equals to A, and what is PT? PT is B cos theta square, and what is QT? B sin theta also square. No, when you open the bracket, you will get A square plus B square cos square theta plus 2AB cos theta. So let me write this: A square plus B square cos square theta plus 2AB cos theta plus B square sin square theta. Alright? So I can write R square equals to, now here B square cos square theta and here B square sin square theta. So I can write A square plus B square cos square theta plus B square sin square theta plus 2AB cos theta. What can I do? I can take B square common. So I can write A square plus B square into cos square theta plus sin square theta plus 2AB cos theta. And what is cos square theta plus sin square theta? 1. So I can write R square equals to A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. Right? Now, what my target is? What is the direction of this resultant? So let us say resultant makes an angle beta with A. What I am saying? Resultant makes an angle beta B. Let R makes angle beta with vector A. That is, angle between R and A is beta. Now in triangle OQT, so in triangle, in right triangle OQT, what do you find? Tangent beta. Tangent means tangent beta perpendicular upon base. What is perpendicular? QT. And what is base? OT. QT upon OT. What is QT? QT, it equals to, we have calculated QT here, B sin theta. B sin theta. And what is OT? This is OT, OP plus PT. And what is OP plus PT? A plus B cos theta. It equals to A plus B cos theta. So what can I say? I can say that tangent beta it equals to b sin theta divided by a plus b cos theta. So in this way I can derive the expression for the parallelogram law of vector addition. This is very, very important. You can also take the screenshot of this. Now, after parallelogram law of vector addition, let's discuss its some points. Now, what we did in parallelogram law of vector addition, let's discuss a few points about parallelogram law of vector addition. Number one, note about parallelogram law of vector number one, we did r square equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta, right? Now a square and b square, they are positive on right hand side, so let me shift to left hand side. I will get r square minus a square minus b square equal to 2ab cos theta. So therefore cos theta it equal to r square minus a square minus b square. This ab it will be shifted here, right? So I got cos theta it equals to a square, it equals to r square minus a square minus b square divided by 2ab. And what this is called? This is called the law of cosines, right? And if there is a law of cosine, definitely there should be law of sines also. Let's check it out. What is that law? Now I am drawing the diagram once again. This is the vector b, and here we are having vector a. Complete the parallelogram. Let us say we have completed the parallelogram by drawing a line parallel to a and by drawing lines parallel to b. And let us say this is O, P, Q, S, and this is resultant. Angle between vector A and B is theta, and this angle we have taken beta. Angle between resultant and angle A, resultant and vector A, we have taken it as the beta. And what we also did, we also drawn a perpendicular QT on OP produced. This angle is theta, so this angle is also theta, right? Now after that, from P, let us say from P, I am drawing PM perpendicular to OP. So draw PM perpendicular to OQ, right? Let us say this angle is alpha. This angle is alpha. Now I want to find the law of sines. So what I will do, I will choose the triangle and I will apply the sine theta. So let us say apply the sine theta. Now in right triangle OPM, OMP, because on M angle 90 degrees, so I will take M in the middle of O and P. This is the angle, alright, perpendicular. This is the hypotenuse. So now in right triangle OMP, what is in the right triangle OMP? OMP, what is perpendicular? This is base, this is perpendicular. PM upon OP, it is sine beta. So I can say PM equals to OP sine beta. And what is OP? OP is A sine beta. PM equals to A sine beta. Second point is, in right triangle OPMQ, let us take the right triangle PMQ. What is sine alpha here? Sine alpha is perpendicular upon hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is PQ. Perpendicular is PM upon PQ. So PM equals to PQ sine alpha. What is PQ? This is B. So it is also vector B. Let me draw its direction, and it is equals to vector A because opposite sides of a parallelogram. So PM, it equals to PQ sine alpha. And what is PQ? PQ, it equals to B sine alpha. So here let us say this is 1, this is 2. From 1 and 2 I can say A sine beta equals to B sine alpha. I can write A upon sine alpha equals to B upon sine beta. So this is, I have just considered this triangle. Now in right triangle, which right triangle I will take? OTQ. In right triangle OTQ, what are the angles in right triangle OTQ? One is sine beta. So what is sine beta in this triangle? Sine beta perpendicular, sine beta perpendicular upon hypotenuse. What is perpendicular? Perpendicular is QT upon hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is OQ. And what is OQ? It is R. So I can say QT equals to R sine beta. Now in right triangle PTQ, this is PTQ, and perpendicular upon hypotenuse is sin theta. Sin theta equals to QT upon PQ. And what is PQ? It is B. So I can say QT equals to B sin theta. If both are equal to QT, so I can say R sin beta equals to B sin theta. So I can write R upon sin theta equals to B upon sin beta. It has come on this side. Alright. So let us say this is 3 and this is 4. So I can write from 3 and 4. From 3 and 4, A upon sin alpha equals to B upon sin beta equals to R upon sin theta. Right? So what this is? This is the triangles. This is the law of sine. And this law, it is called the law of sines. Sine. So this is the law of sine. So cosine law means cos theta equal to r square minus a square minus b square by 2ab, and law of sine means a by sin alpha equal to b by sin beta equals to r by sin theta. We will use these formulas in the numericals. Now, third point is in the third point, let us the point number 3. Yes. In the third point, if A vector is parallel to B vector, that is A and B are in same direction. What does it mean? Theta is 0. That is, let us say A is vector this and B is vector this. So what is the angle between them? 0. If both the vectors are in same direction, then what will happen? What will be R? R square equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB cos 0. What is cos 0? Cos 0 is 1. So I can say A square plus B square plus 2AB. So R equals to A plus B square whole square under root. So I can say R it equals to A plus B. So what does it mean? It means if two vectors are in the same direction, then they are simply added. Let us move to the point number 4. In the fourth point, what I am saying, if vector A is in this direction and vector B is in this direction, they are in opposite direction. So what will happen? Theta is 180 degree. So what will be R? Let us say R square, A square, and remember cos 180 degree is minus 1. A square plus B square plus 2AB cos 180. And what is cos 180? Minus 1. So R square equals to A square plus B square plus 2AB cos 180 minus 1. So let me put minus 1. If you solve this, A square plus B square minus 2AB, this is very clear. It is A minus B whole square. So I can write R square equals to A minus B whole square. So what does it mean? R equals to A minus B. So when their directions are opposite, then R it equals to A minus B. If you want to add plus minus sign, you can add. So what does it mean? R equals to A minus B or B minus A. So if you do A minus B, you have to take the direction of the A. And if you take B minus A, you have to take the direction of B. So I have to take the direction of A in the direction of B, in the direction of B. For example, let me explain you. If I say this is 10 Newton force and this is 50 Newton force. So what will be the resultant? A is 10. So I can say R equals to 10 minus 50. It is minus 40 Newton. What should the direction? Direction of, let us say this direction is east and this direction is west. So what is minus 40 Newton? Direction east. And what is minus of east? West. So answer is 40 Newton west. If you say that resultant, it equals to B minus A, that is 50 minus 10 direction that of B, that is west. Due west, so answer is 40 Newton west. Answer will come the same. There won't be any change in the answer. Answer it will remain the same. So what I want to say, if two vectors are in opposite direction, then their magnitudes are subtracted. Next point is, we have done parallel vector, anti-parallel vector. Another point is theta can be 90 degree. What does it mean? This is the vector P and this is the vector A. Angle is 90 degree. So what will happen in this case? And cos 90, 0. So let us check R. It equals to under root A square plus B square plus 2AB. Cos 90 is 0. It would be cancelled. So it equal to A square plus B square. Right? So these are the points. I think these points are clear to you. Now, after this, let's do one more law of vector addition. That is the polygon law of vector addition. Next topic is polygon law of vector addition. And after that we will do a box of questions which are based on this. Polygon law of vector addition. What is the polygon law of vector addition? Look, if we are having a number of vectors which are acting on a particle at the same time, let us say these are the vectors which are acting. I have drawn the 5 vectors which are acting on a particle at the same time. I want to calculate their resultant. So, how can I calculate the resultant? Look, it is an extension of the triangle law of vector. What does it mean? It means that, what is the polygon law of vector addition? According to this law, if a number of vectors acting on a particle at same time can be represented by adjacent sides of the polygon taken in same order. Let us say I am going to represent, this is vector A, represent an equal vector to B. Let us say this is the vector B, this is vector C, and this is vector D, and this is vector E. Then their resultant will be represented by will be represented by enclosing side of the polygon taken in same order. That is R equals to vector A plus vector B plus vector C plus vector D plus vector E. So what this is the same? This is the polygon law of vector addition. It is an extension of the triangle's law of vector addition. How? I can prove this. So let us say this is point O, P, Q, S, T, U. If I join OQ, then what will be the resultant of vector AB? Let us say its resultant is R1. Then you can write R1 equals to vector A plus B. Why? Triangle law of vector addition. Similarly, if you join this, what is the resultant of R1 and CQ? Let us say this is R2. You can write R2 equals to R1 plus vector C. Why? R2 is the resultant of this because R1 and QC they are in same order and OS it is in opposite order. And what is R1? Vector A plus vector B plus vector C. And what about this R3? If I say this is vector R3, then what will be R3? R3 it equals to vector D plus vector R2. And what is vector R2? A plus B plus C. And what is R4 in that triangle? No need to R4, it is R. R4 is equal to R3 plus vector E. And what is R3? Vector A plus vector B plus vector C plus vector D plus vector E. So in this way we can say that polygon law of vector addition is an extension of triangle law of vector addition. Now let us do questions based on the triangle law of vector addition, polygon law of vector addition, and this parallelogram law of vector addition. Now what is the question? You are given a question. Let us say I am having two vectors A, it is equal to 12 Newton, and there is a vector B, vector A of magnitude 12 Newton and vector B of magnitude 9 Newton. What I am saying? I am having two vectors, one is vector A, another one is vector B, and angle between them is 90 degree. What I have to do? I have to calculate the resultant. How can I calculate the resultant? R it equals to A square plus B square plus 2AB cos 90 degree. And what is A? 12 square plus 9 square plus 2AB multiplied by 0. So it is 12 square is 144, and what is 9 square 81. When you will total it, it will be 225 square root Newton, and it is 15 Newton. So its resultant will be the 15 Newton. Question 2. What we are given? We are given two vectors of magnitude 3 Newton and 4 Newton, such that their resultant is 5 Newton. Find the angle between them. How can I find the angle between them? Now here magnitude of A is 3 Newton and magnitude of B is 4 Newton and resultant is 5 Newton. So I have to calculate theta. So I know that R square equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. What is R? 5 square, 3 square, B square plus 2A is 3 and B is 5 cos theta. 25 equals to 9 plus 16 plus 30 cos theta. 9 plus 16, 25. It is 0. 30 cos theta. What does it mean? Theta is 90. Alright? So it means theta is 90 degree. Before doing the more numericals, let us do a very important topic, that is the zero resultant. Case of zero resultant. Zero resultant. What does it mean? It means when the resultant is zero. When resultant will be zero. I have to check it out. Listen students, if vectors are in same order, let us say if vectors are in same order and they are forming the polygon, let us say D, E, and this vector is F. Now here these vectors are in same order and they are forming the polygon. So what can I say? The resultant is equal to 0. Vector A plus B plus E plus F. In it I have not written the D. So first case is that if vectors are in same order such that they form the polygon. And what is the second case? Let us say we are having the vectors, they are forming the triangle. If I say this is the triangle A, B, C, if I say that AB it equals to vector C and this BC it equals to vector A and CA it equals to vector B. Now I know that A plus B plus C is 0. Why? Because they are in same order. If this happens, I can write C upon AB it equals to A upon BC it equals to B upon AC. If in a triangle, so, and the third point is, that is the Lami's theorem. If I am having the forces like A, 3 forces, if they are in equilibrium such that this angle is alpha, angle between A and C is beta, and this angle is gamma, then what can I say? I can write that A upon sine alpha equals to B upon sine beta equals to C upon sine gamma. right? So this is the case of zero result. In case of any problem, you can WhatsApp your doubts. Thank you and have a nice day.